Hi friends, this is Joe, and this is episode number 161 of the Decahedron RPG podcast. Take two. This time, I actually remembered to turn the camera on. Anyway, this week I want to talk about some YouTubers have been talking lately about the death of D&D YouTube. But I don't think that's so. I don't think that's the case. In fact, I think that we might be on the cusp of something better. Let's get into it. So what's happening? Sometime last year, fewer people started watching D&D videos on YouTube. And this made the YouTube algorithm, all hail the algorithm. This made the YouTube algorithm recommend those videos less. And with those fewer recommendations, that means even fewer people were watching, which of course made the algorithm recommend less. You know, it becomes this whole death spiral, like an RPG death spiral, like Monsters and Tunnels and Trolls, or any combat in Resus, where, you know, as you go in combat, as you lose rounds of combat, you become less capable for future rounds. Anyway, with fewer money coming, with fewer views, with fewer views, and therefore less money coming in, that means certain YouTubers have been making the decision to walk away. And before I talk about why this might be a good thing, let me talk about the way it was supposed to be. The internet was supposed to be about giving a voice to everyone. Before the internet, if you wanted to be heard, you needed to have like a printing press or a radio transmitter or a TV studio. But with the internet, with the World Wide Web, we were promised a new era of communication, of speech, of freedom, a lower barrier to entry. You didn't need all that stuff. You just needed a computer, now a phone, that you probably already had. And this was going to unleash the voice of everyone. Anyone could make content. It was going to be the golden era. So what happened? Because clearly that's not the way it turned out. Advertisers, that's what happened. Advertisers paying for views. You know, I have a Traveler campaign where the very setup is about advertisers causing all the problems, and that's kind of what happened here. Advertisers paying for views. Because humans are drawn to pretty things, now that YouTubers were getting paid, they needed to make their content stand out. And all of a sudden they started getting, you know, fancy studio lighting, fancy cameras, fancy studios themselves. Some of them hired writers, some of them hired video editors. It created this rise in production values, and those values became a barrier to entry. And this led to this whole, you know, we have bills to pay, which I call it kind of a lie, because everyone has bills to pay. Just because you're making a YouTube video, you don't have more bills than I do, than you watching do, right? You have bills to pay, and how do you pay them? You go out and you get a job. But people, because advertisers are paying them, they think that this can be their job, and they don't have to work like you do. And so it ends up with a situation is that what they're really saying is that they don't want to talk about D&D. They just want money. You know, there's a cooking YouTuber I watch. I'm not going to call out any names in this podcast, by the way, at least negatively. There's a cooking YouTuber I watch, and he was talking about YouTube Shorts and how about he can get no money from YouTube Shorts. And he was saying, you know, anybody on Shorts is just there for the vanity. No, that's like saying he's just there for the greed, and I think that's the case, right? Because he totally leaves out the part that we might be doing this for other reasons, but we'll get there in a second. So here's the truth. D&D YouTube isn't going anywhere. We might be losing some content creators, but there are enough people like me, like Daniel over at Bandits Keep. On the podcasting side, there's Jason of Nerds RPG Variety Cast. There's Evil Jeff of Minions and Musings. There's Merc the Meek of Merc the Meek. I could go on forever talking about people that put out free content, not because we're trying to make money. We do this because we love the hobby. We love games. We love playing them. We love talking about them. We're not looking for money. We're just looking to spread the word of D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. Role-playing is our passion. As long as there are people like that, as long as there are people like me, Jason, Jeff, Merc, there's tons. I can't name them all. And if you're not one of the ones I named, I apologize, but there's tons of us out there. And as long as there are people like that, you will have great content. It may not be the prettiest. You might have to look at people that look and sound like me rather than some supermodel or voice actor. But the content is sincere. It's honest. It's about the games we love. It's about what we love about play. It's not about what we will get us paid, what will put money in our pocket. So relax, enjoy the content. If all we're losing is the content of a few greedy people that care more about money than the hobby, then we haven't lost anything at all. And in fact, with that lower bar of entry, without all the pretty glitz and stuff, maybe we'll get more voices joining in, like you. You could do it. Start a podcast, start a YouTube channel. It's not that hard. That's why I think this isn't a bad thing. D&D YouTube isn't dying. And if anything, we're opening the path for more voices, more faces. Join in. That's all I have. Thanks for watching and your listening. And until next time, happy gaming, happy life. Bye.